Describe your style.
I hate this question. I'm Jacob Polhill, and you can call me an artist. Your teeth look really pretty.
You like them teeth?
Right. Like this whole like separating artists from their work, like that's still them. It's an extension of them. And if your art's not an extension of you, you're not an artist. You're just like, you're a commodity.
Right.
Ooh, yeah, there we go, Joe. Oh, here we go.
What is art and what does it mean to you?
What does it mean to me?
Yes.
So art should be like an extension of you. It doesn't always have to be. But if you're like one of those people that literally like there are people who make art and in my eyes it's just a commodity. Like I had this really good discussion with my friend Olivier the other night, and we were talking about Andy Warhol and how Andy Warhol, as much of an artist and as much of like great things he did for like art culture was, like at the end of the day that dude was a commodity. Like he was putting out thousands of pieces a year out of his factory that he never even touched. He wouldn't even show up to the factory a lot of the times. So like to me, like it's art, but it's not. It's like basically like Target. Like I feel like Andy Warhol is almost the like the beginning of the Target. Like I'm gonna go here and spend $20 on this canvas that says I love you. Right. And then like that's my art that I hang in there.
The beginning of deconstructivism.
Yeah, like this is like Andy Warhol broke the barrier and made art like tangible for people who weren't millionaires and could like drop like 10 racks on a piece, but at the same time he did it in a way where it like was like a commodity. Cause like people like Cause still make art that's like obtainable for people. Cause he'll do like collabs with like Uniqlo and make like $15 t-shirts, but a Cause like sculpture will like resell for $500 after. No, actually it'll be more than that. I don't even know what I'm saying, but like. Yeah, Cause paintings are going for like $1 million, but he's still working with Uniqlo, and for his value not to dip, he's doing it the right way. Right. Like it's like all these artists that like do Nike collabs. Like what people don't understand is like Nike owns the rights to that artwork. If you let Nike like do that collab, and if you want Nike to own the rights to your art, like that's cool. It's great exposure, but. I don't know, it's just about your morals as an artist. And I feel like what art is to people is like different from person to person.
What is art in the community?
It's just, I think it really starts culture. I think it's super important to have something for people to like kind of go and digest something, especially tangible artwork that's like not on a screen, because I feel like everything is super artificial anymore. So having that like experience of like walking into a space and like just taking in something that was like created by somebody's hands is like I think super important, and I think it really inspires people, because what was it? Neil deGrasse Tyson had a really good quote.
See, Marcus, have a good one.
Good. You're running a business. It's your shot. Shit, don't apologize. We're just hanging out.
Come on, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson had a really good quote one time where he said that if it wasn't for Starry Night, he doesn't think like people would have pondered about the sky. Like he said that if Van Gogh didn't like paint Starry Night, that he doesn't think like the curiosity of space and the outer like realm would like not, it just wouldn't have been the way it is. And like that's just how like art like pushes like science and like thought. Cause like think about Da Vinci with like the Vitruvian Man and just all the crazy stuff he was doing back in the day. Like, dude, Da Vinci's an artist, but he was designing tanks and war machines in like the Renaissance before there were even guns. Like, and more companies than ever are hiring artists. You know, interior designers are like becoming so important because retail spaces, like, if you don't have a badass retail space, no one's going to your retail space anymore.
Hence Kmart.
Yeah, dude, Kmart, Sears. The only reason why Walmart is a thing because it's so cheap and
Right.
they just
Accessible.
own. Yeah, they own everything.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, that's a perfect example. Sears went out of business because department stores suck. There is nothing cool about going to a department store. Like, why would I ever want to go into a fucking Macy's in 2019? There's no reason. It's like an adapt or die, and that's why a lot of these retail spots are like downsizing to like boutiques, and they're focusing more on like experience. Like, if you walk into the Nike store on Michigan Ave in Chicago, there's barely any product in that
Yeah, you
entire.
gotta like walk up all those stairs. And
Yeah,
everything.
it's
like
5 floors.
The Jordan wall.
Yeah, it's 5 floors of experience and like 3 T-shirts on
Right.
the wall. It's so incredible because I'd rather go there and I'd rather just order it online but have that experience of walking to the Nike store. It's the same reason why whenever people are downtown with me, I make them walk into the Apple store with me. Like, Apple has all their products in there, yeah, but it's such an open concept, you don't feel like you're in a retail space. You feel like you're in this, like, cool hangout where there's, like, these cool chairs and there's, like, these glass walls and glass ceilings. Dude, I don't know. Dude, there's so many people in Chicago doing such, like, amazing, dope things. A lot of my friends, dude, so many of my friends are just so creative and, like, do like so much dope shit. This guy right here being fucking 19 and opening his own business and like just doing it better than a lot of grown men are doing.
I'm 20 now.
He's 20 now, but he started when he was 19, and like, I don't know, dude. Like, a lot of my friends, like, whenever I see my friends doing good, it just really like pushes me to like do better. And I think that's like super important to be like surrounding yourself with people who have like common goals, but also at the same time that are different than you and share different perspectives on things. And just having people that are gonna hold you accountable. Because I have friends who will like literally tell me, like, I have a group chat of all my friends, especially ones that like make art, and we like send each other our stuff, whether it be music or visual art or whatever, and we ask for each other's opinions, and like, if like we make some shit that isn't good, we let each other know because like we all want to like get better. Like, it's the same thing. Like, if Corbin gives me a bad haircut right now, which he never has, but if he does, I'm gonna tell him like, yo, Corbin, this isn't your best shit, because I care about Corbin. I want Corbin to like be awesome at what he does. Whereas at the same time, whenever Corbin does anything dope or any of my other friends do anything dope, I fucking tell them and I make it known to everyone that they're doing amazing stuff. So it's just having that balance. I don't know, anything I can get my hands on, honestly. Like, I want to get away from just using acrylics and drawing and stuff. Like, people are so tired of just walking to art galleries and just looking at wall space. People want to like do things and they want to experience things in different ways. So I think that right now it's a lot of acrylic and a lot of like, you know, stuff on paper, but I want to start transforming that into like a 3D thing. Cause like that's also what I'm going to school for, is industrial design. So just like getting that new perspective of how to create something that's like tangible, but it's also in a 3D realm.
Describe your style.
I hate this question. It's me. That's all. My style is me, and I am my style. Like, literally, duty and everything I do is an extension of shit that I see every single day. Whether it be like how I'm feeling, what I see, or how I feel like other people are feeling. You know, Chicago's literally just a giant inspiration tank for, like, just sensory, like, things, like seeing, feeling, touching. So I get a lot of inspiration just from like walking outside and living everyday life. That's why I always carry my sketchbook with me. I do a lot of sketching on the trains. Dude, honestly, besides school and whatever I learned in school from our teachers, I did everything off of YouTube. Like, so people understand, like, a lot of people don't understand, like, you have the internet, you have, like, the ultimate, like, encyclopedia of everything. You have any information that you need is literally on the internet. You just have to go find it, and you have to care enough to, like, teach yourself. Like, a lot of people understand, I used to spend hours in my basement, like, learning, like, teaching myself, like, new techniques on how to paint. And I would watch videos of other painters, like, even if they were only, like, 30-second clips in an hour video, I was just, like, trying to see, like, how they were making their art, and, like, how they were, pushing that.
Not to butt in, but that's how a lot of barbers will learn how to cut hair. I mean, obviously, I went to barber school and got licensed and legal and everything, but, you know, you have to supplement your education to actually learn how to do the hard stuff, you know, and YouTube has such a crazy, we call it YouTube University, and it's like just such a crazy database of anything I could ever ask for. Yeah, just information, exactly.
And it's free. I mean, if you have internet. Which
McDonald's.
Dude, you can get internet anywhere anymore. Like, like, honestly, yeah, it sucks if you don't have internet at home, but, like, there's ways to get it.
Woo! Woo!
Who's calling me at this hour in the morning? I don't know who this is, I'm not answering. Yeah, it's, dude, like, at some point, you have to like something enough to where school isn't gonna be your only source of, like, knowledge. Because that's, like, it's just a very boring approach, and you actually don't care about it enough if, like, that's your only way.
In a brief summary, describe Rockford and its art scene.
Growing, but not to its full potential. But that's not because, I don't think it's because of the people in it. I think it's because of just, like, restrictions that the city places on people. Like, the fact that, like, hip hop shows get shut down so fast out here because of the stigma. Just art shows in period. Like, all the, like, what is it? Permits and shit that you need just to do anything is ridiculous, but, I mean, the city's gotta make their money, I guess, and the best way to do it is to restrict people. I know I use my art to kind of, like, decompress and kind of, like, escape, like, I wouldn't say reality, because, like, I'm not, like, tortured or anything. Like, I don't ever want to pretend to be the tortured artist, but, dude, like, we get bombarded with so much information, so much bullshit every day, that I think it's, like, nice to kind of just, like, go home some days and just sit in front of a canvas and move paint around until I make something that feels good. It just feels very real in a world that's, like, very artificial. I think if more kids had an outlet to, like, spend their time or express themselves, I feel like we'd be in a much better place. Whether it be, like, the violence or, like, mental health or what, you know, whatever else. I think people just need something to do, and sometimes people just don't even know that they can be artists. And some people don't even know, like, you don't have to, like, make money on this shit. It can just be a hobby. Like, I feel like a lot of people, especially in 2019 with the Instagram bullshit, you can't do anything with a hobby. Like, everyone's always trying to turn it into a side hustle, and that's not for everyone. There's some things that just should be for fun.
What does Rockford look like to you?
Man, what does Rockford look like to me? It's home. Not really a place I would want to spend the rest of my life, but it's home. And oh man, this is a hard one. What does Rockford look like to me? Potential.
Yeah.
Like, that's about it. It's just potential. Like, to keep it as, yeah, to keep it as, like, fair and not negative as possible. It's potential. Wolf shirt? Alright, man, how much I owe you?
Dub, brother.
A dub? I think I got one. Here, cash for you. I know you like fuck, I like cash.
It's okay. I know you like cash. I don't like cash.
Yeah, I'm going up there with my girl.
Look at this, guys. Supporting friends.
Yeah, friends support friends, man. Let's see if that works.
One of my best friends out there.
Oh, I gotta run my-
out there.
That's always better to have somebody out there where they're going.
Damn, who did these?
Long
Shit.
spots and
Who
architects
did all
and
this?
this and that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's like 15%.
What's that? Hollywood.